Welcome, Devoted Geeks. My name is LJ Lowery, aka War Hero LJ, coming to you from geeksundergrace.com, and I am happy to help you guys kick off 2019 with some awesome games coming out with this month's episode of Devoted Gaming. There's so much more coming in 2019 that I can't wait to share with you guys. But for now, let's start with what's coming in January. To break things down for those of you who have not seen an episode of Devoted Gaming yet, I like to break things down in three parts. First part is Games for the Family, where I will be sharing games that you can get into with the whole family, friends, people of all ages. These games are usually going to be rated E for everyone, rated E10. Some of them might cross over to T depending on what the topic is and depending on what it is. But mostly what you're going to get in this section is pure and good fun for everybody. And then the second section is games for teens and adults. These are the games that are going to be heavier on the content side. These are going to be games that are rated T and M. So these are games that you may not want to play around your kids. They're games that you may not want your kids playing. However you run the show is perfectly up to you. But these are going to be some games that maybe you like to play, or just something that that is not going to be for everybody. And so that is where we will get to the nitty-gritty. And then the third section is a personal pick of mine. And this is to let you guys know some good games out there that may be coming out also on other platforms, but also the games that I have played in the past and games that you should be checking out if you have not checked out already. Alright, kicking things off with Games for the Family. January 11th, we have two new releases, and we have quite a title here for the Nintendo Switch, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. And this originally came out on the Wii U, that's why there's a U at the end of that title. But the new Super Mario Bros. Games have been coming out since the original DS, onto Wii, 3DS, all that good stuff. Chances are if you are a Nintendo owner, you have probably played one of these, but now you get to play it on your Switch. This game is rated E for everyone, and you get to play with up to 4 people, and this also includes the Super Luigi U game that was put out on the Wii U. So maybe Luigi's your homeboy. Maybe you're like, yeah, sidekick over main or something. Maybe you're just such a hardcore Luigi fan. You're like, forget Mario, and that is cool. You can play as Luigi now. But those levels will be harder as well. New Super Mario Bros., from what I've heard, is a challenge later on, but this is a game you can get into with everybody, up to 4 players. If you love some old school platforming and want the nostalgia of Super Mario Bros., you're going to get it right here with New Super Mario Bros. Wii U Deluxe on January 11th. That's confusing, right? Because it's on the Switch, but it's called Super Mario Bros. U. I have no idea. Anyway, moving along. Again on January 11th, we have Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. Wait, didn't that come out on the original DS? Yes, it did, but now Bowser's Inside Story has an all-new look, and including a new story, which could almost be perceived as a new game. It's called Bowser Jr.'s Journey, where you'll be getting to play as Bowser Jr. Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story was already a great game, but now you're going to get more content and updated graphics. And if you're a fan of RPGs, this is actually going to be a good one for you. If you're also a fan of the Paper Mario series, this is probably going to be something you will want to play. And yes, I did mention this is on a 3DS. Nintendo is still making 3DS games. Put it on Switch! But anyway, yeah, that is coming out to the 3DS on January 11th. The next game on our Games for the Family list is Kingdom Hearts 3. Wait, what did he say? Kingdom Hearts 3. Yes, that is what I said. It is actually coming out, everybody. There have been plenty of speculations and debates on when this game has been coming out over the years. It is, I think, one of the last games that Square Enix has had in their back pockets working on in the background. Now that Final Fantasy 15 is out and then Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out, I think we're just waiting on that Final Fantasy 7 remake. But yes, Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out January 29th, and it's coming to PS4 and Xbox. But I've never owned a Sony console. I own an Xbox. Well, the problem is that none of these collections that came to the PS4 have not been to the Xbox. So you may want to figure out how to play it. I would catch up if I were you. I personally will not be picking this up because I'm so far gone. But for Kingdom Hearts fans, it's here. It is coming. Even the ESRB already has like potential spoiler ratings, but it is going to be rated E10. And so grab those Mickey Mouse ears you bought at Disneyland and grab your Keyblade, grab a controller, grab whatever you got to do to get ready because it is coming. Our next section is games for teens and adults. January 15th, we got a couple new releases. Walking Dead, the final season, episode 3. Wait, what? Episode 3? Thought Telltale was shut down. Yes, they are. But Skybound Entertainment, the owners of the Walking Dead IP, they were able to get together some former Telltale employees and are working out of the former Telltale office. And so there's about 40 people on staff that are dedicated to bringing this game to completion. This is episode 3. I believe the other ones are coming back onto digital stores pretty soon, but this will be completed for those who have been wanting it. We will get to see what happens to Clementine, and we will finally get to see this final season be finished in this whole series. And it would have been a shame to see everything go to waste in this final hour. But thankfully, Robert Kirkman, the creator of Walking Dead, and Skybound are working together to get this thing done. So if you're a fan, fear not, you're going to get to see what happens. The other big release on January 15th is Onimusha Warlords. This is actually a re-release of Onimusha from the PS2 and Xbox. Onimusha is a game from Capcom, very similar to like Resident Evil, but it takes place in feudal Japan, where you play as a samurai named Samanosuke, and you capture souls of enemy demons that you fight off. This one is going to be familiar if you owned a PS2, and many owned a PS2. This one is actually coming to Xbox, PS4, PC, and Switch, so this is coming to everything. And if you want that nostalgia from a game that you used to like, then here it is. Onimusha's back, and it looks to be like it's going to be a solid port. Hopefully everything runs smoothly on the Switch, because that is where I will be picking it up. So January 15th, Onimusha Warlords. Check that out. January 25th, we got another pretty big one here. Resident Evil 2. Yes, Resident Evil 2 did come out years ago on the Nintendo 64 and PlayStation. And looks like Capcom is remaking it. It got announced at E3 last year. Resident Evil 2 is remade from the ground up, plays more like Resident Evil 4. You get to play as Claire or Leon and go through Raccoon City, search the police department. Everything you remember doing from Resident Evil 2 is here, and then some. Apparently there's new locations that we did not get to see in the original game, and it looks like there's going to be so much more content here for fans. So if you're really into Resident Evil 2 back in the day, and if you're also a fan of Resident Evil 4, because that's when they really changed things up, you're going to want to check this out. Sure, Resident Evil 7 did have a first-person view, but it looks like they're not going back to that. It looks like they're sticking to something that people know and love for this one. So I am looking forward to it. I'll be checking this one out. This one is coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Alrighty, my personal pick for this month is Celeste. Yes, there's a game called Celeste. There's always a laughing joke because Celeste, your host of Geek Devotions, shares the same name. Celeste is not the name of the main character in this game. Celeste is about a girl named Madeline who's got some mental illness issues, some maybe depression issues, that kind of stuff, but for whatever reason she wants to climb this mountain, which the mountain is named Celeste. And so she's climbing Mount Celeste to show that she can actually do something and that she's determined to do it. And she kind of goes face to face with some inner demons and makes some friends along the way of her journey. This is it can be a tough platformer, but it's very friendly, and the game encourages you to press on all the way. I actually gave this game a review on geeksundergrace.com. I gave it a 10 out of 10. I fought for that score, and it is my personal game of the year. And so So I really love this game, and I encourage you guys to check it out. If you have a PC, Xbox One, PS4, or Switch, I highly recommend you play this game however you can. Sure, there are games like God of War, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Spider-Man that came out this year, but this is an indie darling of mine, and I really hope that you get to play this game at some point. And yes, and that is my personal pick. So that is it for January 2019. I hope there's something here that you guys will want to play. I try to pick out the ones that look the best and that you will likely want to check out. My personal pick is there, so that way this is guaranteed that it's a good game, because I want you guys to play the very best out there, and I want you guys to have a good time. So I'm going to recommend my personal favorites that I enjoyed, and I do want to encourage you guys to look through the calendar. I use releases.com, and that shows everything that is coming out for the month. The thing about that is there's 100 games or so that probably come out a month, maybe even more, and I don't have the time to sit here and list them all. I would really love to, but I want to keep this video nice and short enough to keep you guys up to date what's coming out in the gaming world. And so yeah, that I hope I am accomplishing my mission here. And I want to encourage you guys to do some research yourself beyond what I have for you here. So that is going to be it for this month's episode of Devoted Gaming. My name is LJ Lowery, aka War Hero LJ. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at War Hero LJ. And you can find me streaming on the Geeks Under Grace Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Geeks Under Grace. You can also find me on the Geeks Under Grace podcast, which I normally produce, and sometimes I'll drop in on an episode when one of our hosts can't make it. So I hope you guys check those things out. But more importantly, I hope you hit the subscribe button, ring that bell, so that way you know when Geek Devotions has a new video. And so that is going to be it. Stay devoted and keep gaming.